Now that we know what JQL is and understand the concept of field operator value, we need to learn about keywords. These are reserved words in JQL that allow us to do things like combine multiple clauses in different ways, or even alter the logic of a clause. For example, using not will give us everything that is not equal to that clause. In general, keywords can't be used as a field name or as a value, as this would confuse JQL. So you probably won't ever see a field called and on a Jira ticket. The biggest use case I have for these are combining clauses to make longer JQL statements, but there's a couple other uses that we can use them for. For example, looking for empty values or null values in a search. The main keywords we'll bump into are and, or, not, empty, null, and order by. Again, the most common ones I use are the and the or keyword, because these allow me to string together multiple clauses to make longer and more complex JQL statements to search for things. We'll dig into each of these just so you understand how they operate and what you might use them for. And is the most common operator that I use on a day-to-day basis. It allows me to combine clauses to narrow my result set. It does this because it requires more things to be true about a ticket. For example, if I'm looking for project equals ITSM and type equals story, that requires the ticket to both be in the ITSM project and be of the story type. This will result in shrinking the number of tickets I get back. Now, the opposite of and is the or keyword. This expands a result set because either one could be true. For example, if I look for project equals ITSM or type equals story, I would get a list of every ticket where either one of those is true. This can be very confusing because folks will add an or statement and not realize the result set will increase, and it will take them a while to figure out what's going on. So remember, and will shrink your result set, and or will grow it. The next operator is not, and this will negate something. For example, if I say not project equals ITSM, I'll get a list of every ticket where the project is not equal to ITSM. This is useful for weeding out and removing results that I know I don't need, for example, excluding particular projects or ticket types or reporters. Next up is empty, and this will let me look for anywhere where a specific field has no value in it. So this isn't to say there's a space, it means there's nothing there. So something like assignee equals empty would give me every ticket that is not a sign. Now the null keyword is essentially the same as empty. It means there's no value there. So you could say assignee equals empty, or you could say assignee equals null, and you'd get back the same list of tickets that don't have an assignee. The last keyword we'll talk about is order by. This is used to sequence the results you get back, and it always shows up at the end of your query. So after the last clause, and it looks something like order by the name of the field, and then either ASC for ascending or DESC for descending. This allows you to order your results alphabetically if it's a text field, or more commonly, chronologically if it's a date field. For example, displaying the youngest ticket at the top, or the ticket that hasn't been updated in the longest at the top. So those are our keywords. Again, they allow us to string multiple clauses together, or to control the logic of it, for example, by negating something. Also a great way to find those empty values. All right, so now that we understand a bit more about keywords, next we're going to dig into parentheses, which can be very useful and incredibly frustrating. I'm looking forward to seeing you there.